Welcome back to yet another video. I want to thank you guys for stopping by. And today we got something special. Something with the STI I've been putting off because I was waiting for parts, make sure that I got everything together. And today is that day. So last video I was out here with the smoke machine and I got all of my leaks fixed, but my stock fuel pressure regulator in the car is not up to snuff. So everybody with 1000cc injectors or even upgrade injectors at all, this will obviously help you when it comes to stuff like this. So what we're gonna do on today's video is I'm gonna build my own fuel pressure regulator system and not pay 350 bucks for a you know, big brand one that's already done. So usually that stuff is plug and play, which is awesome. My stuff will be plug and play as well, but it is what it is. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna show you exactly what my car does and why you need to upgrade your fuel pressure regulator to make sure that you don't get the stumble, which is something I've been seeing a lot of lately. So let's get in the car. Let's pull it out to the back and let me show you exactly the stumble in which I speak of. So let's go. All right, everybody, we are, I have my GoPro Hero 8 with me right now. So what I will do is I'm gonna start the car. Hold on, do I have the keys? Yeah, I have the keys, all right. All right, so key in, roll the window down so you guys might be able to hear it. So what you're listening for is the RPM to jump up and down, and you're looking for it to stumble just a second. So let me start the car. All right. So I have no foot on the brake gas, nothing. Just like warming up a little bit, but let me pull it outside the garage here so that like I don't kill myself. All right. I'm not really gonna let it warm up too much, but I'm gonna just give it a blip of gas here, bring the idle down. All right, did you see that? You guys see that? I have my RPM set to 1000 RPM just for this reason, because if it dropped down any lower than it did, it probably dropped down to probably about 500 RPM or so. And whenever you're coming to a stop or stoplight or whatever, you press the clutch in, the car just wants to die. So I'm gonna just take it for a quick ride up and down my block and show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. Coming to a stop. Now, do you see what happened? The RPM dropped when I was coming to a stop and then caught itself, came back up to probably about 1500, and now we've settled at right around 1000 RPM. So this is exactly the scenario in which I'm speaking of. So something like this can be avoided and will be avoidable with the hopefully the fuel pressure regulator kit that I'm gonna build and show you guys how to build. So let's get it over to the garage and we'll show you everything that you're gonna need, and we'll break down all the tools that you're gonna need to get this job done. So let's go. Okay, ladies and gentle folks, so everything I have that we're probably gonna need is right on this table, except for one of the tools that I'm gonna need, a 5/16 fuel line disconnect tool, which I have in my toolbox. I'll show you that in a second. But one of the first things that you're gonna need is the most important piece. It is from Subaru, and it is a Subaru part. The most expensive piece out here is the fuel pressure regulator itself. So If you want to know which one it is, the Subaru part number is 22670AA351. It is from I think it's from a 2006, 2007 STI. All the STIs prior to 2008 used this type of fuel pressure regulator, if I'm not mistaken. But this is the fuel pressure regulator that you will need. The big box stores, well, not big box stores, but the company that makes this fuel pressure regulator kit that we're about to do uses the same exact one. So it is a genuine Subaru branded fuel pressure regulator. So that is the most expensive piece at $100 right here. This little piece, wild. The next thing you're gonna need is fittings. So these are 5/16 fittings in and out. So you're gonna need these, at least 4 of them. 2 of them to connect to the car and 2 of them to connect to each side of the fuel rail or the fuel system. If you are like me, which I have, what do you want to call that? Aftermarket. I made my own lines. These will work just fine because I use 5/16. The OEM stuff is 5/16 as well. So you're gonna need 4 of these, and you're gonna need, these are clamps. Now they're not any ordinary clamps. They are made for fuel systems. So there is no, these aren't worm clamps. These are strap clamps kind of deals. And there's nothing for you to get cut on or anything like that, or for the line to get cut on. They're made just for fuel systems. So we're gonna need a bunch of those. Well, not a bunch, but a couple of these. I have a kit, like it's got a bunch of different sizes in it, and we will be using that. So that's that. And the last thing we will need is, I use 6A in line everywhere in the car. So if you have extra 6A in line or want to buy 6A in line, it is the best in what you're gonna need. So I have line for days here that I probably just have to use this. It's really not a lot that I'm gonna need, but it is something that is gonna be useful. If you don't want to run this, you can run a fuel line right from, I don't know, the parts store or whatnot. I just like the look of everything that I want to do. I wanted to make it look premium and high end, so I'm gonna use 6A in line. So we don't need a lot of 6A in line, just a couple feet of it or so. These things are optional. Now I have heat shrink, and you're gonna need a torch for heat shrink to go around a couple of the fittings at the ends. You know what I mean? So how the, I don't want to name their name, but there's only one company that actually makes this kit. So with that being said, they put heat shrink on the one side, on the fuel pressure regulator side, to make it look really, really, really clean. So that's what we will do, and we will make it look really good as well. So first things we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to pan over to the car, and we're gonna have to take all of our lines off and get the fuel system, I want to say primed, not primed or whatnot. So I'm gonna start the car. I'm gonna pull the fuel pump fuse so that we don't have any pressure in the lines, and then we can actually take our intercooler pipe off because it's in the way. Some guys don't have this, but I do. So we will need to take that off, the upper intercooler pipe, and then we can just get to work on getting those lines out. So yeah, let's go. Okay, so now that we have this bad boy out, it was a little bit difficult to try to get the ones on the end of the line there. So let me show you. Hopefully you can kind of see this. Let's move it like this. All right, so you see there's a clip here. See that clip there, and a clip on the other side. So you see these little, I think they're little indicators here. 1, 2. That means that the clip is on either side of that those 2 little notches. So what you have to do is you have to put 2 pick tools, one on this side and one on the other side, pry those back, and then the line will come right off. With the other 2 sides, I didn't have to really do that because I do have aftermarket ends over here, so it was enough space for me to actually get these off with little difficulty. So now that everything is off, you can see it is going to be super simple to actually get this done. So this is the fuel pressure regulator, the stock fuel pressure regulator, and it does not work good for what we got here. So, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure the, well, I don't really even need to measure, to be honest with you. I just need to make sure that I have one long line that's for the return, with no bulbs or anything like that, no pressure regulator on the one side. The fuel pressure regulator is going to be on the incoming side, so at the top of the fuel line. So let me just take this off and I'll show you here. So the fuel pressure regulator will be on this side here, and we'll go to either one of these lines. It will go to the top, which goes to the driver's side first, then wraps around to the passenger side. But there is a T, you know, if you guys watch my videos, the T goes to the fronts, or to the backs at the same time, and then the fronts connect, and then they come back for the return. So that's how we're gonna have it, and that's what we're gonna do. So what I need is a short line for the bottom, and it should be pretty simple. So I think this piece here will work just fine. It doesn't need to have anything on it. It just needs to come right off the bottom line here, and go right to here. So that's where we're gonna, I'm still dripping fuel everywhere. But thankfully I didn't do this in the garage. I just did this outside. So yeah, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna put you guys on time lapse. I'm gonna make sure I can get this end off over here, and we're gonna actually get this bad boy rocking. So let's go. So I got my first line done, and it looks pretty good, to be honest with you. I could have chopped this bad boy down. You see that little nub? That's from the screw poking out. But this side I actually took and it's a little burnt. What I did was I took and cut down the nub so that you don't really see it protruding too much. But this line here will go into the car. So let's move it over here. And when I tell you it is legit a legit plug and play. So let's just put this bad boy in. That there. That's there. So one side, and let's put the other side down here. Boom. This here, make it look a little nicer. Good. All right, let me take this off the camera stand. All right, so here we go. That's the one side there, the return side. So it clips in right here, comes down. I put it in this little holder. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it there, but that's where it's gonna stay for right now. And we'll go from there. I need to make the front part, or the two part, So yeah, just give me 1 second. I'll do this right off camera, and I'll make my line. So it'll go from here, go into this, I'll probably put in this little holder, and come out this side. So I'll probably try to hide the line like I usually do, so it'll look a little bit better. But yeah, let's get it done. Okay, so we are over here, and I got the other side done, and it looks fantastic. I'm telling you what, the only line that I didn't do anything with was this one here. Excuse my glove. And I just like the pictures that I've seen and the instructions that I've kind of understood was that there's a spacer here, and it goes and it connects to this little spot here. I did have the lines in that little like bracket there, but it you know, this thing, the fuel pressure regulator just goes here. So let's get that bad boy installed, and let's get the car started. Let's see what we can do here, you know what I mean? So let's go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, folks, so I have this bad boy connected. So the problem was, or the problem still is, this thing kind of sits a little high for my liking. It's supposed to connect in here, but the line here sits way out here, and it looks a little kinked. So I think I might just have to modify this a little bit. I don't know if I'm gonna have to take this bracket back out, or this piece of plastic here back out, and mount it a little lower and farther away, or make maybe a little bracket here. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do just yet, or maybe I might just shorten this line here. I'm not exactly sure, but I'm gonna do this off camera real quick, and try to figure out something, you know what I mean? Something that I like better than the current situation. So give me a minute. Okay, so all right, so what I did was I shortened up the line. It made it way better. No kinks or anything like that. I put this fuel pressure regulator back on this bracket here. I bent it a little bit so I can actually put the fuse panel back on without it interfering, because how it was before was the line was coming over top, and I just could not get it back on. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this bad boy back together, and we're gonna start this bad boy on camera and see what happens. So let's go. Okay, so now we are at the point where I have everything corrected here. I figured out what was going on. So the fuel pressure regulator side is at the bottom port. It is the bottom port. I apologize to everyone, but the fuel pressure regulator in goes to the bottom port, and the out return is at the top, which I didn't realize when I took it out. I should have, because the fuel pressure regulator side was on the bottom. But anyway, let's start this bad boy right here on camera and see what happens. There is a little bit of a difference, but I will say this. When I went to the tuner, he said that I had to change this regardless. So regardless of if I wanted to do it or not, I had to do it. But I have to see. Oh, I have a little bit of a leak. I have a little bit of a leak here, so I got to get to that. But yeah. So it shouldn't be that bad of a deal to fix, but I am low on battery here, but hopefully this video helped you guys. I actually feel like this is a big win for the STI, not having to spend $350 on something I probably spent maybe 150 bucks on. So cut your costs in half, do this yourself, and yeah, hopefully this video did help you and save you some money. So I'm gonna fix this little bit of a leak here that I got at one of the fittings, and yeah, I'll give it a drive and see how it feels. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, hopefully it helped you, and give me a like, give me a subscribe. Let me give me some motivation to keep on going, even though I really don't need any because I'm gonna keep going anyway. But I don't know, I'll definitely see you guys on the next one. All right, deuces.